Google winner, wellness, improve your health and your nutrition. Call 770-536-6600.
Hello and welcome again to the Winter Wellness Podcast here at winterwellness.com. My name is Mike Stewart and I'm here with Dr. Jack Winter, our resident expert on all things wellness. And Jack, are you ready to talk about a new subject today?
Yes, Mike, I am ready.
Well, I heard that you want to talk about digestive problems, and, you know, I have had my share. I have a hiatal hernia. I've had acid reflux. I know what GERD is. I mean, there are so many problems. I personally, when I started changing my diet, not drinking anything alcoholic, and of course, there's a couple other things that I have pulled out, you know, a lot of those things improved. But I want to hear what your take on digestive problems, the ones that people have, and what Winter Wellness can do to solve those problems.
Good, Mike. Let's talk about that. By the way, congratulations on doing the things you've done. You know, it's going to encourage people to do the same thing you've done as well. I know when you get results like that, it's more encouragement to keep on going. So, Mike, I just kind of want to give an overview about, again, when people have digestive problems, what they think is drugs are the only answer. We're finding actually that's not really the only answer, and sometimes that's not even the answer. So I want to just give you an example of I had a man that came into my office who was having 10 to 12 bowel movements a day. When he left his home, he had to figure out where he could stop along the way to find a restroom because he couldn't make it from one place to another. Can you imagine 10 to 12 bowel movements a day? They were usually loose stools, and each episode was explosive when he had the bowel involvement. This process went on for years. It was actually just ruining his life. What was happening, this process, as he went to the doctors and he tried the medication, and their suggestion finally got to the point that he had to do a bowel resection, and he wasn't ready to do that. He said, there's got to be some other reason. So he had a chance and an opportunity to come and work with us. And I want to tell you some other things about this whole process before I tell you how his results came out to be. What he had, by the way, what they diagnosed with him was irritable bowel syndrome. Like you mentioned earlier about GERDs and hiatal hernias, and these are all part of that digestive problem. So we're going to talk about that whole overview of all these kinds of things that are going on that people with digestive problems are having now. First of all, I looked it up, and they tell us about 79% of Americans have digestive problems at some point or another. 79% is a large number. It's into the millions. Now, what's sad about this is that when people have these kinds of problems and they go to their doctor, the doctors don't really have any good tests to find out what do you really have here. You have, they'll try like blood tests or stool samples, do x-rays, they do tissue analysis and biopsies. So they're looking for the problem, but they don't have any definitive way to say, this is really what your problem is, and this is what we have to do to solve your problem. So the diagnoses are so scanty at this point that people become confused. As a matter of fact, the doctors are confused about what really the problem really is. So here's some of the names that people get from this digestive gastrointestinal. Gastrointestinal means if it comes into your mouth and goes down through your stomach and your small and large intestine out your bowel, that's called gastrointestinal involvement. So anywhere along the way, you could have a problem with any of those areas. So they have a thing called GERDs, like you mentioned that earlier. GERDs means gastroesophageal reflex response. That's what that means. And a lot of people have that. They swallow, they can feel stuff in their throat. It doesn't go down or it doesn't stay down. Or they lay down, it all comes back up again. You mentioned irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome is like the bowel is actually inflamed, it's painful, it's usually swelling, a lot of sharp pain oftentimes. You've heard of ulcerative colitis. There's ulcers actually in the large and small intestine. There's a chronic inflamed bowel, acid reflux, or acid indigestion. Many people have and take things for that, by the way, for years. Heartburn, like you mentioned, hiatal hernias. We see that a lot. That's the stomach that actually comes up into the esophagus, which is, by the way, all fixable things. And constipation and diarrhea. So these are all part of gastrointestinal involvement. So all these names just described is there's some kind of problem somewhere along the way that's causing your body not to digest properly or have a lot of pain as well along the way. So what the doctors are trying to do is take the very best guess they can and give you something that hopefully will solve that problem. If that works, that was wonderful. If it doesn't, we'll try something different. What we're always trying to do is find out the problem and correct the problem if we can. If we do that, now we eliminate the problem. So here's how you might see this as somebody out there. You might see gas. You might see your stomach distension. You might be eating certain kinds of foods, and actually that food back up in your system. You bring it back up. You burp it back up. You have stomach or abdominal pain or swelling. You could have diarrhea or constipation, which, by the way, we'll find a lot of people with constipation, like it's almost epidemic out there. You can also have just a dull pain. We're also finding like a dry cough, heartburn, even some asthmatic problems are coming from gastrointestinal problems. So those are some of the many conditions that are existing out there. But along with that, you can have these things that are attributed to gastrointestinal problems. Chronic fatigue, aches and pains just all over your body, decrease in your immunity, rashes and itching, especially in the rectum area, but it can be on your skin as well. And a lot of psychological problems. Again, when you don't feel good, it affects you emotionally. So now you're irritable more often, you're angry and frustrated because these problems consistently persist. And every time you have a meal or you don't eat, you can have the same kinds of problems. And actually, after a while, psychologically, they're involved as well. So let's look at some of the solutions to these problems. And Mike, you've done a good job, and you talked about diet, and diet is number one. We're always looking at people's diets. And a lot of people say, well, I'd like to change my diet, but I don't really know what to do with that. And that's one of the things we talk about in the office, and we lay things out for them, that how can they change their diet in such a way that one step after another, then get and improve their diet. And as you've done, Mike, and as we have people do as well, we have to change the pattern. If we're running a pattern that's causing these problems, we've got to change some kind of a pattern and look at what you're doing. How can we make it better? And that's one of the things we'll talk about in our office. We're always looking at live foods. That's food that comes from the grocery store that actually on the outside of the grocery store, like fruits and vegetables. We want to put those into the system. And we're also talking about, obviously, water. We want to keep water in the system because the water keeps flushing this gastrointestinal system out. Again, the thing about the live foods, by the way, Mike, is we're talking about the rubbies, a thing called live enzymes that actually help the bowel do its job, digest that food and break it down. And then we also want to talk about other aspects of your life, not just diet, but also exercise, movement. And that exercise doesn't mean lifting weights. That means out there walking, moving around, going for hikes, yoga if you like to do that, Pilates if you like to do that. Any activity gets the body moving. We want that to happen because those muscles actually need that bowel to help things move along the way and keep that gastrointestinal system cleared and moving. Also, we're talking about emotional stress. I know a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, but you don't realize they have some kind of action on your body. But when you're stressed out, it affects how you breathe. You have short, tight breath. It affects the digestive system. Your stomach gets tight and irritable. So the emotional states play a big part here. And so we're asking people, look, just laugh or smile more. Get involved in living your life and enjoy your life and relax. Because this bowel has to relax too. To do its job, it doesn't have to have that tension and stress you put into it. And right now we're kind of hovering around the coronavirus pandemic, and that's stressing a lot of people out. And that fear is affecting the gastrointestinal system as well. So get some W.C. Fields films or Laurel Hardy films or Three Stooges or something and get out there and laugh. I like Kevin Hart personally. So do those kinds of things you can do to get yourself laughing and relax here. Beyond that, find yourself a reputable healthcare provider. Someone who can help you realign your system, get your body back toward optimal health. Remember, your body is a self-healer. It wants to heal this process, and it's going to. But if you get a healthcare professional that can help you, like a reflexologist or a chiropractor, an acupuncturist, a nutritionist, a massage therapist, an exercise coach will be helpful to you, just a naturopath. You know, I'm a kinesiologist, so I'm really thoughtful about kinesiology and how important that is in our system. And kinesiology works with the whole body, and our approach not only is just physical, but nutritional and emotional as well. So I like personally a whole body approach. So I want to kind of give a kind of a kick to what we do here. Winter Wellness Centers, we've been here for 37 years in the Gainesville, Hall County area in Georgia. And we've had the opportunity to work on actually thousands of people with nutritional and aspects of healthcare. And certainly gastrointestinal system is foundational to your health care. But as we're looking at the process of what we're doing here, it's difficult for many people to understand, well, how can a chiropractor or kinesiologist really help me? Well, what we've done to give you the confidence of what we do, we've actually developed about 130 different videos of people with all kinds of conditions, from cirrhosis of the liver to autoimmune disease, from cancer to chronic fatigue, and yes, to irritable bowel and hiatal hernias, to insomnia. We put those videos out there because we want you to be able to understand you're just like all those people that came to our office and they got better as well. If you have the confidence the confidence they got from what we did with them, we're going to transfer that confidence to you as well. So, by the way, I want to finish up that one story with you about the fellow that came in with 10 to 12 bowel movements a day. He's working now 2 jobs. He has 3 to 4 bowel movements a day. Half of those, most of those are actually formed stools now. So his bowels are now clearing the way they're supposed to. He's starting to get it. He's looking for a 3rd job now. So now he has vitality and energy to live his life again. So that possibility happens not just with him, but with you as well. So again, in our office, the Winter Wellness Center, we have a nutritionist who are, I think, the best in the world in our staff. And we're going to find your problem. We're going to find out which ones we need to deal with, which areas of the body are concerned with yours, and how we can solve that problem. And I want to give you the confidence to know that's possible for you. What you could do here at this point is make the phone call, which is 770-536-6600. Go to winnerwellness.com. It's WINNER wellness, WELLNESS.com, or just the website, and you're going to find it'll take you to those videos, and that particular you make a phone call and have a conversation with you as well. So, Mike, we look forward to helping the people that have these kind of conditions and don't have to live with them anymore.
That's awesome, Dr. Jack. I mean, I know that you guys make a huge difference in all of the folks that live in the Gainesville, Georgia area. So, I'm so glad that you're doing these podcasts, because you're giving out the information that can make a difference in so many people's lives in your local area. So, folks, be sure to subscribe to this winterwellness.com podcast. You can check it out at winterwellness.com. We're in Apple, Google, Spotify, and on Android. And all you have to search in any of the places that you get podcasts is Winter Wellness, and you'll see Jack and Jean's picture there. And more importantly, it's very easy. It's just one touch subscribe. Get this information. Know that when you have any health challenges, be sure to check out Winter Wellness and winterwellness.com. And until next time, Jack, thanks for all your great information.
Thank you, Mike.
Google Winter Wellness. Improve your health and your nutrition. Call 770-536-6600.
Welcome to Winter Wellness. Dr. Jack Winter specializes in chiropractic, applied kinesiology, emotional stress release, muscle with ligament tears, allergy elimination, circulatory impediment, and nerve pressure. Dr. Winter is an acknowledged leader in both the understanding and treatment of almost all health-related conditions. Uniquely, he accomplishes this without the use of drugs and surgery. With over 30 years of experience, he continues to incorporate the best and innovative ideas and techniques for one single purpose: to enhance your body's ability to heal and regenerate itself. Jean Winter, CCNND, is a specialist in nutrition counseling, hormonal imbalances, weight management, allergies, and custom nutrition programs. A certified clinical nutritionist since 1998, individually designed nutrition and weight loss programs is her specialty, with nutrition coaching, custom cleanses, herb, vitamin supplements, saliva hormone testing, and natural bioidentical hormones. Weight management, nutrition coach, allergies, food intolerances, and digestive challenges. Jack and Jean Winter are the folks to help you improve your life at Winter Wellness.
Google Winter Wellness. Improve your health and your nutrition. Call 770-536-6600.